Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praise to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. I pray the Most High blesses this lesson this evening, gives us more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past, in order to understand events that are currently happening on the earth, so we get a much better understanding of things that are soon to come on the earth. Brethren, this lesson tonight was going to be about warnings. The Most High has always given us warnings before our destruction. Sometimes it would be from the prophets, the priests warning our kings. Sometimes in dreams and interpretations. Now, we know that over here in the Americas, Moctezuma was given omens about the impending doom that was going to beset his people. We're going to read about the same thing happening to one of the kings over in Ireland in the ancient times. Our people have been getting these dreams and getting these omens of destruction for a very long time, thousands and thousands of years. Now it would make sense that the destruction is coming upon the Gentiles, that they would be getting these omens of destruction. They would be getting warnings from the Most High. Now seeing how the Most High had everything shut down last March and gave the Gentiles a year of warnings before the impending judgment, the 3.5 years of the Great Tribulation was about to befall them. All these horrible times are now going to fall upon them. And since the Most High has always given us warning, it would make sense that the Most High would do the same thing for the Gentiles. I didn't quite see that until the Most High showed that to us recently about this whole year before the Great Tribulation. But it makes sense right now. Let's get a couple of these examples right now of how the Most High has dealt with us. And if he's dealt with us this way, it would make sense he would do the same thing to the Gentiles. We're going to read from the Book of Conquests from Jim Fitzpatrick. He was the one that we did the video on a little while ago, the older gentleman who was admitting that the original ancient Celts were so-called black people. And then the other guy who was listening to him just kind of had that stunned look on his face because he admitted the truth. He actually had some books here that are pretty interesting. So we know that they're taking a lot of our history and just rewriting it into these comic books. Just like when you look at these all these superheroes and these comic books, those are real people. There are people, but they're just, in order to not let us know and code for them, between them, they'll put them in comic books, but we all know who they're referring to. They'll put white faces on them, make it seem like it's them, but we know the truth. This is the vision, okay, of Ikamak Urk. This was to be the last winter of Ekai's reign. King Aaron His days were troubled by rumors of a great fleet led by Balor of the Evil Eye, of black and green sails, filling the western seas, casting their shadows before the setting sun. Father of his people, his sleep was broken by strange visions. His heart, sad and anxious, Ilkai called his wise man to him. The wizard Cesar came to his king Akai and spoke. In my dream, I saw a great flock of black birds rising from the depths of the ocean. Covering our land, they tore out the soft flesh with sharp beaks and fought with our people. But one amongst us rose up and cut off a wing from the noblest of them. Even so, I saw nightmare chasms choked with the bodies of the slain. The rivers ran red, and the black birds settled on mountains of skulls and feasted horribly on carrion and broke bones, the bodies of our sons and brothers. I have spoken my dream, Cesar. Okay, use your secret skills to unlock its meaning. Cesar did as he was asked, and by means of ritual and sorcery, divined the vision of the king, making plain what had been concealed by veils of sleep. Sad words I bring you, O king, from across the sea. Okay, the warriors of the race of Nemed will come to Erin. They will come sailing the winds and the high air as the birds did in a great fleet, 1,000 heroes, okay, in speckled sail ships with raven winged war witches presaging death. Evil days will come to you, signs to lead you astray, for this is a race skilled in all the arts of sorcery. They will be victorious in every battle. It was our bones the blackbirds fought over in your dream, for we will be the first slain, and the pickings represent our tributes. Great anguish filled the king's heart. His words were heavy and sorrowful. It is people of our own blood, sons of Nimid, who come to Aaron, okay, as our enemies. My dream has foretold the terrible slaughter of kinsmen. Okay, so these omens of destruction have been going on for our people for a very long time. And this is talking about, people that we were blood related to that were going to come and destroy the people here. Now you start looking those omens over there, and it was talking about the Tuatha De Danann actually coming and destroying these people right here. So I'm doing more research on that right now as well to make up some more videos. But you said you just start looking. That happened here. It happened when our kings were taken by the Babylonians. This happened in, Ireland. It's also happened in the Americas. It's going to show a little bit. I've done a video on this before. If you look up, I want to say Omens. If you look up probably Big Judah and type in the word Omens, hopefully that video will pop up. But we've done about there's like 10 omens, okay? And you can read just a little bit right here from the Florentine Codex, okay? Just this one right here. First chapter, in which it is told how there appeared, how there were seen the signs, the omens of evil, before the Spaniards had come here to this land, before they were known to the natives here. 10 years before the Spaniards arrived here, an omen of evil first appeared in the heavens. It was like a tongue of fire, like a flame, like the light of dawn. It looked as if it were showering sparks, as if it stood piercing the heavens. It was wide at the base. It was pointed at the head, to the very midst of the sky, to the very heart of the heavens. It stood reaching to the very midpoint of the skies. Okay? It stood stretched as it was seen. Now, these were, they said, 10 years of omens, warnings to our people before the Spaniards got here. You read about right there, or the other example of what was happening in Ireland, talking about another group of people coming to destroy the people that were there and take over their lands. Now, fast forward to this year. You had a whole time right now, a whole year, as things slowed down to start to hear the Most High speaking to you. And how quickly that year is coming to an end. It would make sense as it's like a hurricane. You got the first, battering of the hurricane for the first year right here. You're in the eye of the hurricane right now. You think that the battle is over. You think that you've crushed the virus. You've crushed the plague. You're now quick to try to run out and enjoy the sun in the eye of the hurricane, acting as if there's not another hurricane coming right behind it. There's not storms coming. There's not torments coming. You've missed the whole point of this first year of trying to get right with the Most High. As bad as it was, it's going to get much worse. Our people saw the signs, and we knew that once the Most High gave the sign, there was no turning back. Once the Most High has pronounced judgment, there is no turning back. Our people were given signs of the judgment, the impending judgment that was to come. I've done many videos talking about that, especially with Moctezuma and the people, and them knowing that once the Most High says that, your days are done, your time on top, your blessings are done, that is it. But the Gentiles don't seem to grasp that whole concept. They think there's always supposed to be on top. They can't grasp the fact that the Most High has taken the scepter away from them. The Most High has taken their blessing away from them. And they just can't let it go. As they prepare for all their trips and all their fun times and thinking they're going to be going out, doing all of these great things that they used to do before at the Most High's children's expense, they're going to soon realize that those days and those times are never coming back. Never will those days come back again. So now is your time to really think, to really ponder the fact that the Most High doesn't play. The fact that He gave you this reprieve and this year to get right, that is biblical. That's what the Most High has done to our people, and it's kind of like a mental anguish. And see, these people are like, oh, the kids, they're so depressed. They're having such a hard time. Oh, we got to get the schools open because they're committing suicide because they're so depressed, because they're just hoping and wondering when are things going to go back to normal. What do you think our children had to deal with? What do you think our children still deal with? There was a story that one of the brethren sent me talking about what was going on over in Europe and how, some of these viruses shut down preschools, shut down little schools because a bunch of the kids were now catching the plague. What do you think is going to happen here when the plague starts to affect younger and younger people? You see, like I said, this is all in the Most High's hands. You want to know what's going to happen to you? Look at what's happened to the Most High's chosen people. He did it to us first. We were here loving life. Did we get a quick, after 1 year, go back to normal, you're good? No. Why you think you guys are going to get that? I have no idea. Did we get warnings? Yes. Did our kings and have visions? Yes. Do they have priests that would break it down for them? You know what these visions mean? Yes. Most of the time, a lot of the time, these meant destruction. Meant you're going on the bottom. Meant you're going into slavery. Now you're getting your experience with our power. You might not be liking it. You might be like, why me? What did I do? You enjoyed the blessings. You enjoyed the blessings that you got by blood, our blood. Now the Most High has visited you. He's given you your warning. You've had a year to go through a little bit of the plague. So just like we got warned, now the Most High has visited you and told you that you've been warned about what's to come. And trust me, it's all over the scriptures. What you've done to us is about to happen to you. You've been warned by the Most High. He's given you your year. And now we're quickly coming to the end of that year, which means now the execution of judgment is upon you. All praise is to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement of the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is Holy Spirit? Acknowledge Yahweh Shai. Shalom.